Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, another one on 10 Minutes with the Star. My name is MK Music, man. Shout out to you for joining. We got a big artist joining us shortly. This is a big one, this is a huge one. I am ecstatic. I am just out of this world. We're about to make history right now. We're about to do something great. And whilst you're joining, we're so excited and we can't wait to host this amazing superstar joining us. Oh, it's gonna be a big one. We're gonna have fun today. Shout out to Terry for joining. Shout out to Apollo. Listen, let's do like Apollo is doing. Let's follow. If you have not followed us right now, follow us right now. 10 minutes underscore with the star. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And also like our recents, guys. Like and support our recents. Comment, do the most. And what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna pin who we're hosting today. Chopping it up. Nasty C. You chopping it up with Nasty C? Listen, I'm definitely gonna ask him that. I'm definitely gonna ask him that. Don't worry. I'm definitely gonna ask him that. Right, we're waiting for Nasty C, everybody. We're about to chop it up. Man, oh man. Shout out to Johnson Mhlanga. You can't hear me. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Oh, the king is here. The king himself is here. Okay, let me add him. The king himself is here, and we're about to do the most right now. Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. You guys can hear me?
Is it not live right now?
He is live.
Oh!
Yo,
Hey, yo, how you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm amazing, man. Oh,
My
Lalela,
Wi-Fi
thank you
is
so
a
much for joining
man.
us. Welcome to 10 Minutes with the
Of
Star.
course. Thank you, thank you, thank you for having me, man. Excuse my network, man.
Oh,
My
man.
Wi-Fi is a little.
Oh, we hope that it gets better. We hope that it gets better. But listen, first things first, okay? I'm so happy we got this chance to chat to you because it's the month of February and a lot of things have been happening, to your brand and to you. I mean, you're celebrating your birthday and you're also celebrating strings and bling, making history with over 20 million streams on Spotify. The first SA hip hop album on Spotify to reach 20 million streams. Lalela, how are you feeling?
I feel good, man. I feel good. I feel appreciated. I feel loved. I feel seen. I feel heard.
Come
It's
on.
nice, man. Sorry,
Oh,
this was.
man. Oh, listen,
I
we
pressed the
got
filter
you. We got you.
by mistake. My bad, bro.
No problem, man. Listen, and I mean, talking about your birthday, you just turned 25. Uh, Belated happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you, thank you.
I saw you had a little party with some of you Universal Music folks as well. I want to
Mhm.
know, how does it feel to be 25 and what does it mean to you right now?
Uh, it feels good, man. I mean, I guess it's like the only. It's not the only age. It's like this age to me feels like it feels the same as 16 and 18 and 21. It feels like a milestone. It feels like a age that just means
Yes.
a new phase in my life or something like that. I never really feel like that about age. It's usually just like a birthday, and I never really care. But
Yeah,
like
yeah,
25 is
yeah.
like a century, dude. That's a big deal. Not a lot of people
Come on,
are hitting
bro.
20 stuff like that, you know. So it's a blessing, man, for sure.
That's so good, bro, because I feel like you've just like transitioned, you've just grown as an artist, and for you to recognize that, I think that's absolutely amazing. Um,
Yeah.
from the outside looking in, people would say that, you've already done the most for yourself. And I mean, you've grown from strength to strength, going higher and higher. I want to know from you, when you dropped Price City mixtape in that February of 2015, did you ever think you would make it this far?
Of course, that was my dream and my goal and my plan the entire time, right?
Yeah,
Because I mean, the only people I used to like listen to at the time was like Wayne, T.I., T-Pain, 50 Cent, and stuff like that. And if you think about where those
yeah.
people were already, when I was like 9, 10, 11, they were already like super, super, superstars. And even it was worse back then because there was no social media really, so you didn't get to see them a lot, like in their own spaces. So whenever you saw a picture
Mm.
of them or heard a new song, it would drive you crazy. So that's the kind of stuff that I looked up to, and I was like, that's gonna be me one day. I'm not even there yet, you know. So this
Oh, come on, come on. You're not even there. And we're already seeing you pulling some international strings, and we're like, you know,
yeah,
this person is like over there now. Like you're over there, you're on the pinnacle. That's absolutely
getting close.
amazing. And for the past 2 years, I mean, you've been working hard, to make the crossover into the American, music scene, trying to
Yeah.
penetrate the industry there. And we as industry people, we may look from the outside and make, our own notions and have our own conclusions, but only you
Yeah.
know the truth, and you know the backstory as to how you got there, and also the experiences that you're experiencing there. I want to hear from the horse's mouth. How do things stand at the moment, and how has the journey been so far for you?
Like as far as me as an individual, it's going good, right?
Yeah,
Like my name is being mentioned in like very important rooms. Very
yeah.
important people know about me. They know to look out for me. I think everyone right now is just waiting for me to come back there so I could be, boots on the ground and be able to work and do all these college tours and stuff like that. Because there's no ways
Come
I'm gonna do it
on.
from like across the planet. That it doesn't work like that.
True,
You know,
true.
for me as an individual. But what you have to understand is that there's not a lot of African artists. There's no African hip hop artists that's really made it like on a global standard like that. So it's not
Mm.
just like it's not like I can just show up and they'll be like, oh, we know Africa for having dope rappers. Let's hear them out.
Yeah,
They'll be
yeah.
like, what? You're from Africa, so you make Afro beats then, right? And I have to be like, no, I don't. And then
Mm.
so it's like we're still introducing this thing to them. So it's gonna take a little bit of time, but it's gonna happen.
Sure. And when I saw you on that Ellen DeGeneres show, I was like, man, he represented. He
Yeah,
represented. Yo,
yeah, that's
listen,
fast.
you've been with Def Jam and Universal, and I mean, that joint venture was definitely instrumental in you making it abroad as well. Uh, and they've been really helping you, transition from being a continental artist to being international. What other roles would you say they have had in your career, over the years? And you look back right now, you're like, yo, I made the right decision.
Um, they helped me out a lot with this transition that we're speaking about, right? Like me crossing over to being a global artist. They obviously have
Yeah.
crazy reach, and if I were to say, I have a very good feeling that this next album would do way better in let me say somewhere random in India or France or something like that, versus here in SA, they would be able to pull those strings for me. They'd be like, okay, cool, we have a team on the ground in France. Let's go there. Let's plan 3 months. What are we doing? Radio, press, this and that, high school tours. They're able to do stuff like that. Like my thinking and my
Mm.
my goals now don't have to be in this box where it's like, okay, where can I go? Is it Cape Town, Durban, or Joburg? You know what I mean? I can think
Yes.
that, you know? And when it comes to like
Sure.
features, producers, photographers, the type of feel I want in my videos, my pictures, or anything like that, there's nothing that I can't like shoot for now. You know what I mean? So
Oh
They're
man,
like crazy muscles
come
that I have now.
on.
Yeah, it's nice,
That's
man.
so dope. And I mean, it's any artist's dream to, make their dream a reality, like in every single kind of way.
Hmm.
Mm. Now, listen, I want to touch on something. You mentioned an album, and I know that it's going to pop up later, but I feel like capitalizing on that. Are we expecting something?
Yes, of
I'm
course.
sorry.
Yeah,
Whoa.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm working on the album now. I'm trying to round it off nicely, make sure it has some sort of like a message to it, but also the perfect balance of like vibes and heartbreak type of stuff, Trying to balance it out nicely right
Sure.
now. Yeah, it's coming for sure.
Oh, come on. Okay.
Yeah.
Whilst we on that, uh, some features. I know that you featured some US, artists in the past, but who are you working with right now? And I want to mention one person in particular that you love and that you've been looking forward to working with, Young Thug. Can we expect
Yeah.
something?
You should, just to put it out there in the universe for me. Yes, you definitely should. But I mean, there's no conversation that's been started that, leads in that direction. But hopefully one day it will happen. It's still like at the top of my bucket list, you know?
Mm,
It's gonna happen though. And then as far as like all the other artists that I've been doing songs with, like as of recently, I don't really like to share that type of stuff before everything is like confirmed and it's gonna drop for sure. Like the
yeah.
one I know is gonna drop very soon is confirmed already, and he even tweeted, so I guess I can't say it. Is 24
Okay.
hours. He's a song that we
Yes,
did together.
sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
but
Yes,
else,
sir. Ah, come on. Listen, let's look at the current state of SA hip hop and how the Amapiano scene has kind of just, taken the heat a lot. Do you feel any
Mhm.
guilt that you kind of moved abroad and left that vacancy?
I don't guilty for not doing on my piano. Is that what you're asking me?
No, 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 no. I mean, like, do you feel
Oh,
guilty of leaving that vacancy, of being one of the biggest hip hop artists in, South Africa, and now there's just,
oh no,
that space
no.
and that void.
I don't, man. I seriously, I don't feel like it's my fault that Amapiano became this big thing and hip hop took like the backseat for a second. It's not my fault. It's not Casper's fault. It's not anyone's fault. It's like it was
Yeah.
the perfect season for something new and fresh in SA. We've kind of been listening to the same kind of sounds over and over again. As you know how SA
Yes,
is. There'll
sir.
always be like a sound that pops up out of nowhere that's just gonna take the whole
Yes,
country by
sir.
storm. It happens. And we need those seasons to kind of like shake things up a little bit, make it interesting. Look at what Amapiano's
Mm.
done, and it hasn't
Oh
even.
man,
How
it's
long has it been?
amazing.
Like 2 years or something, or
It's
one
been
year
a
and some
good,
change.
yeah, it's been a good 2 years and something. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I
Yeah,
mean,
man.
it's absolutely amazing what it's done because I feel like there's a certain integration of genres as well. So, shout out
Yeah,
to you for just giving it that recognition because it's doing the most right now. Yeah.
yeah. It's even like inspiring some of the hip hop like beats, I guess. Like you hear that boom, 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 that sound. It's like
Yeah.
you identify
Yeah.
Amapiano fits so well, like with 808s and stuff like that.
True. That's true. That's true. It's a universal language after all. It's music.
Yeah.
It goes anywhere. Listen, dating back from the days when you were still getting established in the industry, I mean, you've always been about making money moves. And one money move that I remember is that Russian Bear ad or that billboard that I bumped into in Kwamashu somewhere. And I mean, that was absolutely amazing to see a young kid really making those big moves with such a big brand. And right now, I'm currently on Florida Road in Durban. And on my way up on Florida, I see a billboard there, a beautiful shining billboard with you on it. And it's a Johnny Walker billboard. Tell us about that collaboration.
Yeah. That's the team I'm rocking with right now. Those are my people. Um,
Oh, shout
we have
out.
we have a lot of exciting goals, man, on the way. Like we've just been playing around with a lot of ideas recently, like activations, parties, and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Birthday celebration that I did yesterday, we pretty much put it together as a team, like me and Johnny Walker. before everyone else was even in the
Wow.
picture. Got UMG in the picture, the fans in the picture. You know, we were like, how can we do something fun and have like an impact in a different
Mm.
way? You know? Yeah, we have a lot of exciting stuff though. I'm a walker.
I
I'm a
mean,
walker.
you're a walker. I like that. I like that. How important is it, especially for the young bloods out there? How important is it, to be able to secure the bag beyond the music with, brands like this, with businesses, with enterprises, and really just boost and grow your brand and strengthen it?
It's very important, man. It's very important. In many ways. One is just it's a healthier bag. You know what I mean? It's like
Sure.
kind of also shows you your worth as an artist because you might have a song that's popular and you might have a crazy buzz in the streets and you might go viral and whatnot, and then you might
Yeah.
find that when it's time for you to get like corporate checks, you might find that your image is not good enough. Those people don't want to fuck with you because
Mm.
of content, because of this and that, and then you start to realize,
Yeah.
oh shit, actually outside of the hip hop box where I can say anything I want, I'm actually worth nothing. You know what I mean? So
True.
once you start to that side of things, you start to take your brand a bit more serious. You start to be cautious about
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
You know, mm.
That's so
It's very
good.
important.
Aware. Let's get into the music right now, and everybody's pretty much just commenting on that. They're like popping up the comment section.
My comment
Stalling.
is not moving. It's just stuck.
Sorry.
No, I'm saying my comment section is frozen. Like it's not moving. I'm not seeing nothing. This is like FaceTime to me right now.
Ah,
It's fine. It's
awa.
fine. I'm just saying.
Aware. Okay. Hopefully
Yeah.
it gets busy. But man, people are really loving on you right now, and they really want us to get into the music. But before we do, you know, there's a song that I haven't, heard people covering it that much, especially in talks like this and exchanges like this. And that is Why Me? It's always
Mhm.
great to see, Durban acts coming together, uniting, especially on the Why Me video. You can see Blackie there, the O31
Mhm.
Goats are there as well. What's your stance, on the Durban hip hop scene, coming together and moving as a unit?
I love it. That's the one thing we should always complain about. Me and my team. You know, we're like
Yeah.
when we came out. When we came up, Durban was so unified. Everyone just wanted to be a part of whatever was happening in Durban. Like the biggest hip hop
Yeah.
artist always in Durban. Like Cooley was always in Durban. Kaz was like constantly being in Durban. Like niggas always wanted to be in Durban because it
Yeah.
felt like there was a movement. You know, it felt like it was more than just like music and just industry shit. Like guys were looking out for each other and shit. You know, and then that kind of went
Mm.
away. I don't know what happened, but it was like this little dark era where everyone was all clicked up, and if you were with that clique, we not rocking with you, and this and that, and da da da. So for like a good 4 years or something like that, 3 4 years, it's been kind of like iffy. But like as of recently, dude, like guys are really showing love to like the new up and coming artists. It's feeling like there's no jealousy, envy in there anymore. Like even when we go back home now, it's like we don't get these crazy looks that we sometimes like used to get from some of the guys down there. It was like it was weird for a little bit.
Yeah.
It was weird for a little bit, but whatever happened, and then I think everyone's like back to normal now, and it's like all love, you know.
The
It's pretty
unity
dope.
is impeccable. It's amazing. I see Blackie collaborating with the likes of Shizzy, Leo DeLeo, and he's big right now. And he's like, those are still my homies. I still want to get it down with them. And that's very dope. I like that so much.
Yeah, man. That's how it's supposed to be. You know, you're supposed to
Let's,
pass the book backwards. They say.
yeah. Let's stop stalling. No pun intended. And let's get into
Yeah.
the new single that you dropped before Valentine's. It came a bit of a surprise to us because number one, I mean, we were not expecting it. And number
Yeah.
two, it's not your normal love song. It kind of talks about being out of
No.
love rather than
Yeah.
being in love. So,
Yeah.
what was the reason behind that?
I don't know, man. It was just one of those sessions. It's like you're in studio, just fucking around with the beat, and it just gives you a certain feeling. And you know, you start saying one line, it sounds dope. You say another line, and you build from there. You know, it's not like I had some crazy deep story I wanted to reflect or get off my chest or anything like that. To be honest, I was just getting creative, and I
Mm.
have, I have enough experience like with like relationships and the ups and downs of it all, it's like it's easy for me to come up with lines that sound very, very realistic, like it really happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we could say it's personal.
In a way, yeah. I mean, I used my personal life to piece it together. So yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Sure. I gotta say, when I listen to the track as well, I kind of connected with it, you know. I don't want to out myself, but damn, the wait was necessary. That's all I can say.
Oh man.
The wait was necessary. You've
Thank
said
you,
that,
bro.
you know, you're working on a full body of work. You're working on an album right now. Can you give us
Mhm.
a date, maybe a month, a period?
I don't even have a date. I know. I know. Probably,
Oh,
probably second quarter.
sure.
Second quarter for
Okay.
sure. Yeah. If like things don't go as I plan them to, then maybe third quarter. Hopefully, second quarter. Though. That's when I want to drop it. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. You know, one thing about people like you being superstars out there, I mean, there's always a young Nasty C out there as well, uh, who's going to be themselves, you know, but they'd really love to hear from you, someone who's out there right now, who's making the moves. What words of wisdom do you have for that young superstar who's watching this right now or who's going to watch this later?
Um, I don't know, dude. I mean, it all kind of depends on what it is that they need a bit of like, um, I don't know, a bit of help with, I guess, you know? Okay, but
Uh-huh.
let's pretend, let's say I'm speaking to a young up and coming artist who doesn't have access to things like radio and TV
Yeah,
and stuff like that, like the vital shit that you need to kind of get in people's faces and people's ears. To someone like that,
yeah,
I just keep on working, man, regardless of who you have with you or any of that. Just keep working, keep putting out music, do it your own way, have fun with it. Even if it doesn't sound like
yes,
anything
sir.
that's out, that's probably even better. It's like that. Just put it out, man. There's so many platforms where like you can reach the fans or the listeners or your potential listeners directly without needing a middleman or a big guy to interview you and put a stamp on you and co-sign you. You could go on TikTok and rap on other people's beats. Impress people,
Yeah,
give people a reason in your direction. You know what I mean? Like, don't be lazy
yeah,
and have excuses. Like, oh, radio this, TV that, music video this, playlist that. I mean, the industry is
sure,
kind of
sure.
like fooled people into thinking that there's no ways you can have a successful song, single, album, or even career without like conforming to all the things that are good and are very valuable, like playlists on DSPs and stuff like that. Those things do go a very long way. But for the new guy, that's the last thing he should be thinking about. Just make the music and just put it out. So
Mm.
I don't know if they can make sense of what I just said right now. Yeah, that's what I have to say.
What you just said makes so much sense because I remember SZA released her song on like what you would call a secondary digital music platform, that is I Hate You. I mean, of course, she has
Yeah,
a really big base, but you know, she understands that there are humble beginnings and that you don't need to be big there in order to be big here.
yeah, facts. That's facts.
Come on,
And that
Nasty
path
C.
looks scarier and darker and it's colder and a bit more lonely than the other path, but it's probably for a good cause. Like when you
Yeah,
to the end of that road, you'll feel so much better than the guy who just followed the herd, and just did what everyone else did. At the end, that guy will
yes,
come out
sir.
thinking, "Who am I? I'm just another one of these guys." You, on the other hand, you'll come out knowing exactly who you are, exactly who your fan base is, what type of shit they like, what type of shit they don't like, you know,
True,
shit like that.
true. Man, that's some wisdom right there. Listen, I want to end it like this, man. I travel a lot in Durban. You know, I'm based here, and I've seen close to about 3 or 5 walls just painted with you and with the Zulu man with
Yeah.
some power. logo, if I can put it like that, which just tells me how much we celebrate you, how much we love you, and how much you mean the world to us, man. You are like our pride and
Love, man.
joy, you know?
That's love, man. I'm
So,
honored to.
yo, like we definitely are honored to have someone like you representing us, man. Keep on doing what you're doing. Never stop. Never stop shining your light. Thank you so much for joining us on 10 Minutes with the Star. We hope to have you live in our studios soon.
Of course. Where is it?
And no. It's based in Johannesburg.
Oh,
But yeah, we'll keep in
easy.
contact with your team and obviously we'll set it up. But thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, dog. Yo, this was
Cool.
amazing.
All right. Have a good night.
Oh, wait, have a good night, sir.
Easy.
And that's how we end it. My name is MK Music, and it's time for me to get out of here. But before I do, I always say this: I'm a star, you're a star. Don't stop shining your light. New album is coming out very soon. Keep on the lookout. You heard it right here on 10 Minutes with the Star.